Mercury Box 12? That's me. There's a new Sonic game coming out.
Sonic Superstars came out of complete nowhere, to be honest. There was a rumor of a new 2D Sonic game being in the works, but no confirmed details to build any hype around. Well, now we've got a trailer with hands-on testimonies accompanied by some leaks, and my brain lit up instantly. This is the first time I've ever seen a 2.5D art style that didn't deplete my serotonin. I've never hated how the Boost games looked in the second dimension, quite the opposite, but I've certainly never preferred it over conventional sprites. And while I still don't even here, this is a direction I can accept and enjoy. If every zone appears like what I've seen so far, it's gonna be a beauty. The colors are vibrant, no plastic trees or washed out palettes, and possibly an emphasis on spectacular moments, like the robot whale in Cyberworld that couldn't be achieved in the same way using older graphics. Naoto Oshima and his team are back on board, so I wonder if we'll get a taste of that surrealism he loved playing with so much. Maybe some ideas he couldn't use back in the day, but he can now. That's probably why the Sonic 1 special stages are making a modified return, and I seem to be the outlier who never hated those, so I'm cool with it. No returning zones though. Green Hill has finally been laid to rest, paving the way for new and exciting locations to look forward to. That's a pretty big deal. Yeah, we still have the Green Hill-ish intro level, but not being the exact same one is all we've wanted. Physics and control are always a concern for this character, and bearing somewhat of a resemblance to Sonic 4 and classic generations caused concern for a lot of viewers, but allegedly, the people who got to try the demo have said that it feels accurate to what we want. Christian Whitehead himself even gave his own level of confirmation that Mania's physics were fully translated into Superstars. I'll have to play it for myself to confirm, because I did see a couple of weak spin dash and rolling moments that worried me a bit, but that is still reassuring to see. Regardless, all the boxes do seem to be getting checked. Rolling, loops, special stages, multiple playable characters, including Amy, who's gonna have a double jump. It's nice to see her becoming a regular for the main cast, as she's been here since the beginning and already has an established gameplay style to build from. You don't have to play as the others if you don't want, but they're here for the fans and the curious. Or the new co-op mode, which took me by surprise. You can have up to 4 players at once, and I have no clue how they're gonna pull that off in a game as fast as this without going the split screen route or zooming the entire frame really far out to keep everyone in focus, but maybe it'll work. The new Super Mario Bros. Comparisons are self-evident. They said there's no online multiplayer though, which was unfortunate to see for many because it would both increase the amount of potential people you could play with who aren't just local, and remedy the co-op screen issue since everyone would be on their own display. Thankfully, all hope isn't lost, as there are some other avenues in which online multiplayer can be achieved, like Steam's remote play and what have you. Chaos Emerald power-ups appear to be the new attraction to help set the game apart. Each emerald giving you a new ability. We've seen one that lets you interact with water to take alternate routes, and a combat-focused one that summons a comical amount of clones. These have cooldowns and restrictions on when they can be activated, but I hope there's a bit more to it than just waiting for a meter to recharge. In particular, I'd like to see rings have an increase in value. If we're gonna take away the arcade staples like 1-ups, continues, and high score, all elements that rings directly contributed towards, then they need a more significant function. Whether it be decreasing these cooldowns for every ring you grab, paying them to retry a special stage, getting a new item for crossing a checkpoint like SA2, or some type of ranking system, all would be fun ideas, preferable to nothing at all, so hopefully there's something like that in here. Price is another interesting aspect because Superstars will be $60, identical to the 12 to 20 hour next-gen Sonic Frontiers, and every other AAA game, of course. The amount of content and budget are generally what dictate a game's price. The bigger and more expensive to make, the more you're going to be paying and playing. Rarely will you see a high-end 3D game cheaper than a 2D one that has the same playtime. It's not impossible, it's just not conventional or cost-effective. Selling Superstars at full price sets an expectation that far exceeds what any other classic game had. Rendering everything with 3D models is definitely where the increase in budget comes from. Mega Man 11 did that too, but I'm not sure how much base playtime to expect. With Frontiers actually being a lengthy game, Superstars may follow suit with at least a 5 to 10 hour campaign, but I have a feeling that we're gonna have to play as every character to reach that Sonic Hero style. Speculation says there could be more than 4 though, so we'll have to see. Unlockables and achievements might be taken into account as well. There's a lot we don't know yet. Cosmetics have been alluded to with the newsletter subscription to get the modern Amy skin, something Frontiers also had. Just select your platform and... Where's Steam? Oh no. Oh, this better be an error. The trailer said it was on Steam. Don't do this to me! It doesn't come out until fall, so there's still time for it to be added to the Steam store. Just don't pull a fast one under us, please. Speaking of the release date, though, I thought that was a great time to pick. I assume it'll be in November, like most Sonic games have been, 1 full year after Frontiers, so that game will have had a chance to sit with everyone for a while, not getting overshadowed by a different release like Forces with Mania. The final update might also be out by then, and we'll only have waited 1 year in between major Sonic titles, compared to the 5 we just did before, which will help keep us away from that Sonic drought we had for so long. Something I wasn't expecting to see was a do-or-die instant kill moment with that big whale at the end of Bridge Island Act 1 who follows you and destroys the ground. This reminded me of those exciting finishes to certain Sonic levels in SA2 like Metal Harbor where you have to get through quickly or die trying. This appears to be a little more on the punishing side. Kinda coming out of nowhere, gobbling up those who lag behind an undisclosed timer. It's nothing we veterans won't be able to adjust to in the moment or maybe even clear first try, but if these are a recurring element, I could see them potentially getting panned by casual audiences as difficulty spikes. That doesn't mean I think they should get rid of them. I want to see what they're made of and how creative they might become. But it's another demonstration of that contrast in a character who can get hit and re-grab his rings, never dying, and sudden one-hit KO segments to create legitimate challenges. It's kind of impossible not to have a difficulty spike when combining those two philosophies. It's Lava Mountain all over again. But I won't lie, the prospect of having a few hardcore moments in my classic Sonic game, or even a hard mode, is a bit exciting. The last thing to talk about is the soundtrack. A lot of us recoiled in fear at the sound of Sonic 4 music in the B-roll footage, but those were placeholders, and with T-Lopes' confirmed involvement with Jun Senoue, it should be in great hands. Jun's reputation with Genesis instrumentation has unfortunately been tarnished thanks to the odd sound choice used in Sonic 4 that not many people were fond of, and the repeat offenders in Origins. Heck, even Otani fumbled the ball in Forces. And that's not to say I hate all those songs. I don't. At least I don't think so. Anyway, the point is, Mania's soundtrack was golden. Everyone loved it. That's how classic Sonic music should sound in the modern age. It's not a matter of not accepting any substitutes, there just doesn't need to be any. All we really know is that it's gonna be poppy. Even the people who demoed it couldn't hear it that well over all the noise, so that's all I can say on the matter. Sonic Superstars looks really fun. It has a lot of potential, a lot to live up to, and if it doesn't, well, that would suck, but I'll be fine. Got 800,000 other games I can play, but I hope it does well. This could be the next Mania if they play their cards right, a gateway for newcomers into the series and a victory lap for the veterans. Different characters, a fresh new look, multiplayer, original zones and ideas. Let's keep this positive momentum going strong well into the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to check out the next episode whenever I post it, which will probably be soon. Alright. See ya.